Hello, it is Ethan, the sole developer of Rush RTS. Thank you for coming back to week 3 of 52 for the development updates. We've got a short list of features here, but major improvements. The big one we need to announce is that the Steam Cloud saved data is now integrated. So this means that for the deck building mechanism, your save data is persistent across sessions and across devices. And we'll do a demo of hopping over to the laptop and having the deck building data staying persistent. We did a card update to the flavor art of the monster cards, and we did another deck building UI revamp and polish. It's now, I think, where I want it to be. We finalized theme and stylization of some of those elements. So hopping into the Steam Cloud Saves, we integrated Steam Cloud Saves with the deck building UI. So what does this mean? So this means that your edited decks, whether you're renaming it, you're adding or removing cards, you're creating new decks, you're deleting decks, and your last active deck is now persistent across sessions. So that means you can play on your desktop and move over to your laptop, and we have fully proved the Steam Cloud integration. So if you go here now to Steam and go to the game, you'll see now we have a cloud status and it says up to date. So when I'm here on my desktop, I can go to deck building, and let's go ahead and make a new deck, and I will call it cloud saved deck, and let's add some monsters to it. So I'll add a bud, I'll add a bloom, and I'll add a blossom, and then I'll go ahead and click save, and we see deck saved, and then I'll set the active deck to Little Rush and head back to the main menu and close out, and we'll see here that our cloud status gets populated here after we make that change. So now when I hop over to my laptop and I boot the game from my laptop, and see, so first off, we have the Little Rush deck is the deck that's active, and when I go to deck building and scroll down, I see the cloud saved deck here now is in the list, and I see the Bud, Bloom, and Blossom card that I added. So we're fully integrated, so that, you know what that means, if you have multiple devices, if you lose your device or your device crashes, your saved data for Rush is now saved permanently, whether you're on whatever device, and it's all saved in the cloud on Steam. So that is a massive deal. As you can see, we did a card update. So we updated the flavor image of almost all the monsters cards. So on the left here, you see the old version. It was an in-game screenshot. And on the right, you see a stylized flavor image. So when I come here, the way I did this was I changed the perspective here, and I took away the environment, and then I hid the sprite here, and I could then choose, like, what position I wanted him in, and then I could take a snip and move it out to GIMP and crop out the background. So that's how I accomplished these card art flavors. So I'll go ahead and show you all the monster cards update. So the evolution chain of Wolf, Snake, Bud, Bloom, Blossom, the Dragon evolution chain, the Shell evolution chain, probably my favorite, the Sun Blossom evolution chain, the Dummy evolution chain, and the Bombs. Not quite evolution chain, but still updated. So you see the spell cards are still using like old in-game screenshots. I'm not quite sure what I want to do, how I'm going to stylize these quite yet, but it does kind of look nice where the spells kind of distinguish themselves, not only from the naming, but also they have like a sort of different card art. And so this is really, really nice. In the level, the cards come out like a lot more, like, I guess, tactile. They feel a lot more, I don't know quite what the word is for it, but they've got a lot more gusto when they're a monster card. It's just stylized a lot nicer, and I think this is the final stylization I'm going to go to. This is like V3 iteration of the cards I've been working on, and you can see here the spells, kind of stick out because the card art fills up the box, whereas for the monsters, they've got this sort of like shiny background, and I have been enjoying that stylization. And of course now you'll see, hopping back over to my presentation, there was a deck building UI revamp. So the stylization on the deck building UI, the text was all changed to be on brand, and the cards are now sorted by monster and spell types and by evolution strain. So you see here in the old version, it's all over the place. So we got like Bud, and then Dragonfire, and then Inferno, and then Spark is on the end of the Dragon Inferno. It was basically just categorized alphabetically, and we got like the white text here, and here's the new version. So we've got some stylized text, and the evolution chains are all in order. So hopping back over to the game, you see evolution chains are all in order, and the monsters are separated by the spells. So all of the spell cards are here at the bottom, and the spell cards are alphabetical, but the monster cards appear above the spell cards. And we've done some stylization changes here. So we've got, this size of the card tray here. We've got the tooltips. We've got the different text colors and the different text colors for the decks, for the names, for the numbers, and I'm happy with this deck building UI revamp. Okay, so very good. So as a reminder, that's what we accomplished this week. May not seem like a whole lot, but the huge thing was the Steam Cloud integration. This was a massive undertaking. So as a reminder, all of this is fully playable on the alpha on my website, and please wishlist the game if you haven't already. We're sitting at 15 wishlists. That's pretty solid for this random game that I just populated. I don't have a big follower base. If you have already wishlisted the game, thank you so much. So we're making waves. And then that goes into our full roadmap. So here's the original targets for Q3. We've completed all of this, and there's basically like economy and card unlock features left to do, and just a couple features in the combat that I want to polish off before considering this done. But this is all stuff we finished early. So I wasn't expecting to integrate Steam SDK until Q4, and so we've got all of this integrated. And moving over to Q4, I moved this stuff up from Q1 2027. So finishing all of the Steam achievements and finishing all the cloud saved data. So remember, we integrated the cloud saved data with the deck building UI mechanism. There's still other saved data that we will need to save, but we've at least figured out the actual integration and the framework and the infrastructure for that component, and the Steam achievements. Again, we proved out we got a Steam achievement working, but obviously I'm going to add probably a few dozen Steam achievements to fully round out this feature. So that being said, for Q4, audio engineering, the single player campaign, the challenge levels, and 2 to 3 new multiplayer versus maps, I actually think I'm going to start working on this in Q3. So it's only been 14 days of Q3, and we've finished all of this stuff early. This stuff was all Q4 targets. And this stuff is going to be really easy. So I want to start chewing away at the Q4 targets because I want to get a demo out for hopefully October next fest, which means I got to get the game to a really fully playable state. I mean, it is fully playable, but there's a lot more bells and features I want to have before I would want to put out a demo, and that's, this is specifically, I would want to have at least 3 multiplayer versus maps before the demo is made available, as well as a single player campaign and challenge levels, and obviously I need some audio to go. So those are our next goals. Obviously that's not going to be completed the next week, but probably over within the next month, I hope to get the rest of this stuff going. And that will put us on good track to maybe actually work on multiplayer functionality in Q4 instead of Q4. Instead of Q1 2027. So that will give me a lot of time to polish the game before release, depending on the next fest and the demo feedback and the community feedback, and playing the prototype on my website. Just go to Piledrivegames.com and hit the Rush RTS tab and read all about it. Check out the changelog here, check out the other videos, and of course play the game. So thanks for watching. There's update week 3, and I will see you next week for update week 4.